take me there, then leave me all alone. You say you will, but I know you won't. I know you won't. I know you won't. Be there, be there, be there, be there. Times like these, everyone could use a hand, but we stand around fighting over memories of the promised land. It's so hard to tell if this is heaven or hell, and I can only measure by degrees, but it's sure getting warm around here in times like these. Times like these, do I really need a billionaire who gets off every morning trying to tell me how he's treated unfair? Then I have to pay as the rest of the day we get divided into them and the we's. Oh, I find I'm losing my mind in times like these. Yeah, they come and they go, they're here then they're not. Every day I'm getting sick of losing something that I haven't got. I'm gonna try to run until the whole thing's done, and I just hope I don't end up on my knees. But Lord, it's getting harder to stand in times like these. Like these, I wish I had a place to hide. Instead of coming all together, we're just adding to the great divide. I hope and I pray nearly every day I can somehow get my troubles some ease. But I gotta say it ain't looking good, not in times like these. Yeah, they come and they go, they're cold and they're hot. I'm just trying to keep the world from changing me to something I'm not. Well, I wanna do my labor, hold my girl and help my neighbor, have a little hope for my dreams. Is that too much to ask in times like these? Yeah, I just wanna do my labor, help the world and love my neighbor while I keep it on my joie de vivre. But it sure feels hard, darling, in times like these. I could use just a little bit of help in times like these. Hey everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. I don't know when you're watching this or how you're watching it, but welcome to episode 57 of Alone Together Tuesdays. I'm Carll, and this week's episode we're going to take a look at my record Lovers and Leavers, which came out in 2015, I believe. And let's see, it was recorded We have that information, right? It's a little early to start with the toilet bowl, Winnie. I'm sorry. This is unprofessional. The dog is drinking out of the toilet again. This is recorded October 12th through 15th in 2015 at Stampede Origin Studio in Culver City, California. Joe Henry produced the record. Ryan Freeland mixed and mastered it. And Jay Bellerose, Tyler Chester, Eric Haywood, and David Pilch. For good... Are you done? I'll play it on it. And I'll talk more about them later as we go. But first, let's get settled in here. Okay, are you hydrated now? Come on. Come back over here. Let's go. Up. Up. Come on. You can do it. Or not. Anyway, that's Winnie. Most of y'all probably know. All right. The first song on this record is one I wrote with Jim Lauderdale. It's called Drive. It goes like this. I'll drive and drive, don't you ever sleep, calling out the exit signs like promises to keep, yeah, promises to keep. Shooting star racing through the night, long as you keep moving, oh, you won't ever die. Oh, you won't ever die. Further on and down the road, burning up your life. Always someplace else to go. Just drive, drive, drive. Round and round that Colorado town. Like a Mustang in the mountains, you're too wild to settle down. Sing your songs, throw your hammer in the air, burning both ends of that candle and pretend that you don't care. Yeah, pretend that you don't care. Further on and down the road, burning up your life. Always someplace else to go. Just drive, drive, drive. I'll drive and drive, don't you ever sleep. Lay down by the railroad ties with promises to keep. Yeah, promises to keep. All right. The song's called Drive. I wrote it with Jim Lauderdale. It's the only time I wrote with Jim, and we finished that one, and we started a second song that ended up on a Jason Eady record called You're Just a Memory Now. And I finished it with Jason Eady, and Jason and Evan Felker from Turnpike Troubadours and I all took verses on that song, which has nothing to do really with this song other than it was started on the same day with Jim. This one was about Jim is a big Robert Hunter fan, and I think he did a record with Robert, who wrote all the lyrics for the Grateful Dead. If I'm getting this right, this is not my expertise, so forgive me if I'm wrong. But and I'm a big fan of the Beat Generation, and in particular Jack Kerouac and Neil Cassidy was Dean Moriarty in On the Road, and was just and then drove the bus in Ken Kesey's Electric Kool-Aid Acid Test in real life, and was just this legendary character. And there was a book written about him or by him called Drive, and so that's the tie in there. This is a song about Neil Cassidy essentially, and he would flip a sledgehammer in the air. He would stay up all night. He would just drive and drive and drive, and from the east to the west, but spent a long time in the west. And then he died walking the railroad tracks at like 52 or something, a fairly young age. So that's what that song was about. All right, well, cheers everybody. Welcome to the show. I hope you settled in. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a good week. I had a fairly good week. I went down to Texas this weekend. Played 2 shows in Houston and 2 shows in Dallas. And it was great. They were all well attended, and I had a good time. So normally those 2 shows in a night can be tricky sometimes, but this particular evening it all went, or these two evenings it went really well. So thanks to everybody who came out, and it's good to be back home. But also good to be able to get back out on the road again, and working. So all right, well, give me 1 second here. I always forget to turn off the air conditioning. This next song is one I wrote. It's one of 3 songs on this record that I wrote with Daryl Scott, and a lot of y'all know Daryl for all of his incredible work as a songwriter. He wrote Great Day to Be Alive for Travis Tritt, and Long Time Gone for the Dixie Chicks, and You'll Never Leave Harlan Alive, which I think Martina McBride covered. I may have that wrong. I think several people have covered it, but anyway, you may know him as just an amazing singer and artist in his own right. And you may know him as a musician who played in Robert Plant's band, and who played in Steve Earle's band, and played I think with countless, and played with Tim O'Brien. They had a duo together, and or you may know him as the guy who produced my last record that I did right here in the Doghouse, the Alone Together sessions. Either way, however you know him, or if you don't know him, you should find out about him. He's incredible. And if you do know him, you'll appreciate what he does. And this is a song that we wrote together, and it started off as kind of like a Carney Barker shouting out, calling people in, and ended up as this sort of lighthearted tribute to the road and the craft of writing a song and the act of singing a song. And so it's for all the people who have ever put pen to paper, or ever gotten behind the wheel, or gotten out on the road, or just walked in the door of a club and gotten behind a microphone with the aim of playing music. It's called For the Sake of the Song. Business or your front page news, a folk, rock, country, or Delta blues. Tell your truth however you choose, and do it all for the sake of the song. Yeah, hit hitchhiking, bus riding, rental cars, living rooms, coffee houses, rundown bars. 10,000 people alone under the stars. It's all for the sake of the song. And there's a man who wrote your cheating heart. Now he's lying through his tooth, and he plays it on a stolen harp that's soaked in 100 proof. And there's the one who might be happy, but for the writer's curse, she lost the crowd's attention by the 42nd verse. It's a traveling salesman and the girl next door, from that empty room to the third encore. Less is less until more is more, and it's all for the sake of the song. And there's a young man on the marquee. Yeah, he's the son of some well-known, and his father bought the tour bus so he could strike out on his own. And there's the brooding contradiction. Yeah, he's holding Van Gogh's ear, and he's taped it to his guitar in the hope someone will hear. And it's black berets and nudie suits, the next big thing, or getting back to your roots. High tops, flannels, or duct tape boots, and it's all for the sake of the song. Hey! There's the mystic, there's the legend, yeah, there's the best that's ever been. And there's the voice of a generation who won't pass this way again. And there's record deals and train seals and puppets on a string, and we're all just trying to figure out what makes the caged bird sing. It's lights, camera, on with the show. Lifetime to get ready, now go, cat, go. Where it all ends, nobody knows, but it's all for the sake of the song. So if you're nobody's business, or your front page news, folk, rock, country, or Delta blues, tell your truth however you choose, and do it all for the sake of the song. All right, off and running. Now would be a good time for me to mention that if you share the show, I'm giving away 6 Lovers and Leavers CDs. Many of you guys still have CD players out there. And even if you don't, this is still a worthy thing to possess, because inside of this package is a poster. Again, this is if you share the show or just like it on YouTube or whatever. I hate doing this pitch, but we're trying to get people in here. And you can be a big part of helping us do that. But inside here is a poster done by the artist, my friend Chris Coleman. Oh, you know what? I think I have an image of that, maybe. Let's see. Bam, there it is. Okay. And this is called The Magic Kit. And it's an interesting turn of events how this all came to be. So I was doing Jack Ingram's, Jack, Mac, and Matthew's music fundraiser event down in Texas. That's Jack Ingram, Matt McConaughey, and Mac Brown, the former UT Longhorn football coach. I think he coaches at North Carolina now. Anyway, doesn't matter. They used to have this event. They still have this event. I'm just not. I don't think I've been invited in a while, but I used to be invited. And I was down there and I played the Magic Kid, the song I'd written, another song I'd written with Daryl, and I performed it. And I told this whole story about what inspired it, which I'll share later when I get to that song in the set. And Chris Coleman is a musician, and he's married to Holly Williams, who's a great musician, songwriter, also happens to be Hank Jr.'s daughter and Hank Williams Sr.'s granddaughter. He and Holly were there, and Chris was playing with her, but he also used to play in Kings of Leon, and then he's discovered this affinity and ability for art, and he started doing art, and now it's like a full-on career for him, and he's really great. Anyway, after the show, he came and brought me this drawing, this painting, and gave it to me. And so I had it framed. This is not the original. This is the poster that comes inside of the CD, which I'm giving away 6 of tonight for folks who share the show. And I just thought it was really cool and really beautiful, and really set the mood and the tone I wanted for this record. And so it turned out that Allison collected Chris's stuff. I didn't know that, and then Chris ended up becoming a friend, and we bought a fair bit of art from him. And then I even got a tattoo, which, sorry, this is maybe early in the show for nudity. I should have worn my short sleeve shirt. I'm sorry, I'm going to ramble here for a while. This reminds me of a time that I went out. Allison and I went out to dinner with Chris and Holly, and I got a tattoo of a painting that Chris did that Allison got me on my shoulder, and I had never shown it to Chris or Holly. And so we're at dinner, and I say, we've had a few drinks, and Chris and Allison are talking, and I say, Holly. And apparently I said it in this really weird way as I'm unbuttoning my shirt. I'm like, Holly. Anyway, there's I don't know if you can see it here. There's a Chris Coleman tattoo. That was weird. I shouldn't be undressing on my show. So Chris did the artwork. He did the cover for this record, which also happens to be this week's postcard. If you contribute to the show, we'll send you that. And like I said, we got a giveaway, and the poster is in there of the actual CD. If you contribute $30 or more, I will send you a set list of the show and a lyric sheet. I don't know if we picked a song or not for this one. Callan can inform me if we did. If not, we'll take a poll or something and see what lyric people want to hear. So that's the deal. So we'll get back to the music, and I'll talk more about other stuff later if we can bear it out. There's only 10 songs on this record, so I got to stretch it out and tell a lot of stories in between. I hope y'all are doing well, everybody. This is a song that I wrote with Will Hogue, great artist and songwriter. I had this title, and I didn't know where it was going to go. We sat down and we came up with this, and this record was challenging in a lot of ways. I was going through a divorce at the time, and my life was a bit in turmoil, and so that's kind of in part responsible for the somber mood on this one, and has something to do with this song here. I smoked my last cigarette, I drank my last drop, I quit doing all the things I swore I'd never stop. changed my direction, I sang a different tune, and gave up all those childish ways that made me old too soon. Things were going good there for a while, just like I tried to straighten out the crooked road that I was on. It was good while it lasted, but it didn't last too long. I used to play down on Broadway, the same songs every night, singing for the tip jar underneath that neon light. Had a good time with the women, and the compliments were free. I dreamed of something bigger, but it just wasn't meant to be. But I was happy there for a while, just like a desperado out searching for a song. It was good while it lasted, but it didn't last too long. And nothing lasts forever, and time knows that it's true. And sometimes a little while's the best that we can do. You ended up beside me like some long forgotten dream. You took my hand and showed me colors I had never seen. And we both said forever, forever till the end. But forever something different to love than a friend. Thought we had it all there for a while, just like that perfect moment before the darkness turns to dawn. It was good while it lasted, but it didn't last too long. The one thing I can tell from all this life that's come and gone, it was good while it lasted, but it didn't last too long. It was good while it lasted, but it didn't last too long. All right, that song didn't last too long. That was over quick. That was one I wrote with Will Hogue, and I don't know how many strengths I have as a co-writer. Like I've been co-writing songs a lot lately these days, and I find the other writer tends to, I mean it's different every time, but a lot of times I'm writing these kids and they're just like throwing out ideas after ideas. They're great. But one strength I feel like I have is I've got a couple good titles. I have a few titles that I've been able to work with, and that was one of them. I just like that line. Good while it lasted, but didn't last too long. All right, let's see. So Joe Henry, who produced this record, has quite a career and quite a resume. He is an artist in his own right. He's made 15 records. He has produced Ani DeFranco, Elvis Costello, Bonnie Raitt, Billy Bragg. He did a record with Billy Bragg that I think won a Grammy, like the two of them together. He's done Rodney Crowell and Emmylou Harris. It just on and on and on. A really remarkable career. And he did most of that based out of LA. I think he was in New York for a while, but he's been in LA for years. But he just recently moved to Maine. But just a really, I talked to him years before when I was doing sort of a speed dating thing with producers, trying to figure out who was going to produce what ended up being the Trouble in Mind record. And we talked for a minute. And then he did a record on Mary Gauthier that I had a song on. And I remember listening to that and liking that record. And then Allison turned me on to a record of his that I really enjoyed. And it just felt so intentional. So he had a real purpose to his writing and to his delivery. And he wasn't afraid to to take chances creatively and to put it out there, performance-wise and creatively. And I found something really intriguing about that and exciting for me. I came up as a bar singer, and there was an element of what I did that was always reliant on sort of that band element or a comedic element, something to kind of engage a crowd live. And I thought of myself as a live artist, not a recording artist so much. Working with Joe, I had these songs that were personal to me. A lot of them were. But I was pretty scared. I hadn't put out a record in almost 5 years. And like I said, life was a bit chaotic. And I was in a bit of a funk and wasn't sure what to do and creatively or personally. And I just felt like being still for a minute and reflecting. And so that's kind of how I ended up being drawn to Joe. I thought this is a capable guy who I can entrust these songs to in this time of my life to record. And so anyway, that's how we got there. All right, I'll quit rambling. Let's do a song here. This is one I wrote with Scott Nolan, who a lot of y'all know from Bad Liver and a Broken Heart. He's up in Winnipeg, great artist. And he came to my house one day, or my apartment in Austin at the time, and we wrote this. Billy built cars that never went nowhere. The only thing working was the dial radio. And he'd sit on the front seat listening to baseball, dreaming about places that he'll never go. He'd like to ride bulls and tease all the children, and make up new words that meant nothing at all, and curse the stars that had left him in ashes. Hum an old tune and cry as they fall. One conversation, short-term destination, can lead to a lifetime away from home, with no plans worth making. All the big dreams are taken. This world, you leave alone. All the money was good on the road in the springtime, but one look from that girl and he settled down. He laughed right out loud when she said Mississippi. He said, I've never been there, but I like how it sounds. One conversation, short-term destination, can lead to a lifetime away from home, with no plans worth making. All the big dreams are taken. Will you leave this world? cars that never went away. The only thing working was the dial radio, and he'd sit on the front seat just listening to baseball, dreaming about places that he'll never go. You leave alone. I like that little vignette. It's like it tells a cool little story to me, and I like that idea of you know, one conversation can change your life. One action can change your life. And you're here, and then you look some way, catch somebody's eye, and nothing is ever the same. Like everything is different, and you end up in Mississippi or Nashville or New York, wherever you are, and your life is just completely different. But I like that one. It's very simple and sort of granular, just specific. So thanks to Scott for doing that with me. Callan just reported that the Magic Kit is the lyric sheet tonight. So if you contribute $30 or more, not only do you get a postcard, you get a set list, you get a sticker, and you get a lyric sheet of the Magic Kid. Speaking of magic, the man who inspired that, he's about to be a man, he's turning 18 next month. The man who inspired the song, which I'll play soon, is Carll. And he has sent us in some magic tricks, as he usually does. He is still practicing magic. And I have yet to watch these, so let's see what happens here. This is the first one. Let's see. Hold up. I was pouring a beer. I missed it. I gotta do this again. I'm not quite sure what happened. It just continues to blow my mind. I can't think too hard about it. I just have to accept that he's good and it's cool. And yeah. All right. Well, let's see here. What's next on the list? All right, my friends. This is one I wrote with David Beck and Paul Cawthon. Paul and David had a band called Fathers and Sons, I think it was, and they won Best New Band in Austin and were doing really well, but then they split up. And Paul is a solo artist now. He's fantastic. He's got some really cool records out that I recommend checking out. And David is, I can't remember what he's doing. I know he's playing in a band. He used to be in, I think, several bands, but I can't remember who he's playing with. I heard recently, and I'm totally blanking out. Anyway, both very talented musicians and colorful characters that I enjoyed hanging out with. And they had the start to this song. I went over to one of their houses. We sat in the garage, if I remember correctly, and they had a real good start to this, and some chords that I don't know. So it's safe to say this would not have been created without them. I was just sort of tagged along for it, but I like it a lot. It's got a really cool energy to it, and I like, as you notice, if you know my career, I've got lots of songs about my friends, and that's always fun to me to write about and to comment on those relationships that mean a lot to me. And this song, I think, does a decent job of that. So this is called My Friends. a tale from my hometown. It's a hot mess when you're hellbound. My old friends look a little rough, dust in the blood. We prayed for the rain, drowned in the flood with you. My old friends, my friends pick me up when I try to fall down. My friends, they make up for all my lost ground. My friends, they've seen every side of me. Santa Fe to Birmingham, you've always known the way I am. My old friends, a border town, that pretty dress wasn't meant to be, I guess. My old friends, my friends pick me up, spend my money at every last chance. My friends, they done taught this devil to dance. My friends, they sing a wild melody. Breaking hearts, losing fights, singing songs throughout the night with you, my old friends. I got lost a while, fell off the map. I never planned on coming back to you, my old friends. My friends pick me up when I try to fall down. My friends, they make up all my lost ground. My friends, they've seen every side of me. My friends spend my money at every last chance. My friends, they done taught this devil to dance. My friends, they sing a wild melody. They sing a wild melody. Man, I keep forgetting the chord. What is it? It's da 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 da. Whatever. I did it the first verse, and then I forgot it after that. So it goes, my friends. Oh. All right, well, my friends, I appreciate you being here for episode, what did I say? It was 57. 57 Alone Together Tuesdays. We've got one more tomorrow. It's time to hang it up. I can't think straight. We have one more next Tuesday. We're going to do the What It Is record. And then I think I may take a minute I know I'll take at least 1 week off after that. And I'm not sure. Depends on the touring and life. How long, if we'll keep doing it. We may take a break for a bit, but this show has been fun, and yeah, it's just been it's meant a whole lot to me. So I really appreciate everybody who's tuned in and supported the show, and supported through that so many great causes. Again, a portion of tonight's proceeds will go to the Second Harvest Food Bank of Central Tennessee. And we've raised a lot of money for those guys and a lot of other great organizations over the last 58 weeks. And I'm very proud of that. I thought when this happened, my job disappeared. I thought I would be in trouble, and not only was I able to get through, but was able to give back. It's just very humbling. So, thank you, everybody. All right. What's next? Oh, yeah. Okay. This is one that I wrote. This is the only song I've finished with my buddy Jack Ingram. Jack and I met up. He was in town. I don't remember what for, but I went over to the Hutton Hotel where he was staying. And we started this song. And I remember thinking, both of us, we talked about it like I wanted it to be like a Lyle Lovett sort of vibe. I don't know that we accomplished that, but that was the idea. There was something about the progression, the musical progression, that just made me think of Lyle. And Jack, I'd always admired that Jack wrote about his marriage and he wrote about his relationship. It was something that I had never really done. Like, I wrote about relationships, but I never really wrote about my own. I'm not sure I knew enough about my own, or I just wasn't able to do that as an artist or really as a person. Put that much, I don't know. I kept it stuff compartmentalized, and Jack just put it out there to like a degree that was sometimes uncomfortable, because it was he would work out his problems through his songs, or he would describe the process of working out his problems through his songs. And I'm not sure I got it when I was younger, but at a certain point I really appreciated that he did this. This was like therapy for him, and he just put it out there for the whole world, and that was his art. And that to me truly is art. It's not just rhyme and stuff. It's taking what's in your heart and what's in your life and putting it into some art form. So we started this song. We didn't get real far, but I think we got a verse, part of a chorus or something. And then I took it home and I worked on it for a good while and was close to finishing it up. And then I shared it with Allison, and she had some really good suggestions. And a lyric here or there, and so she ended up being a co-writer on it as well. So it's a 3-person co-write. And interestingly, just show the world we live in now, this is my most popular song on Spotify, like by at least 2, maybe 3. I think it has like 14 million spins on Spotify or something. And if you ask most of my fans, this would not be probably in their top 10 songs, but it got on this playlist, like this big country, relaxed country playlist. I don't know which one, but I'm very grateful because it just it helped that record do well, and hopefully turn some folks onto my other stuff. But it's just interesting, like how the algorithms work, or the power of a playlist these days. So this is my most popular song on Spotify. It's just interesting. Anyway, let's see if I can remember it here. Said I love you, I say me too, but we don't think much about it. It's just a thing that we do. We go out walking, we don't talk much, then we lie down together. Ah, baby, it's a hard way never go to bed angry, 'cause we never fight. Now we never go crazy in the middle of the night. We could stay here forever, just holding on. We have both had our reasons, but the reasons are gone. Ah, baby, it's a hard way. It's an eternity. We got the life that we wanted, not the love that we need. In our hearts we knew better, but we couldn't let go. Now it's time to quit hiding what we've always known, that something was missing, but we were too scared to look, too busy telling our stories instead of writing the book. Ah, baby, it's a hard way. It's an eternity. We got the life that we wanted, not the love that we need. Ah, baby, it's a hard way. It's an eternity. We got the life that we wanted, not the love that we need. All right, the love that we need. Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. Where are we at here? This next song is another one I wrote with Daryl Scott. And we wrote this a long time ago. And I was sort of in between records, and I just put it out as a single, but as a duet with Caitlin Rose, great artist. Her mom is Liz Rose, great songwriter. Caitlin had done a tour opening for me, and I just liked her a lot, and I liked her voice a lot. And I just thought this was a really pretty song as a duet. For whatever reason, on this record, I just recorded it by myself. And it has a very different vibe. It's a song I sing with Allison a lot as well. We made a duet out of it. I like it better as a duet, but there's something to it about just being solo. It's not how I envisioned it when we wrote it. But I thought we did kind of a very cool job recording this. This is one of the first songs we recorded in the studio when we started this record, and there was just something about it that gave me an idea of like, okay, this is where this is gonna go. This record. You got Jay Bellerose who's playing, like, he's a really legendary drummer, percussionist, and the list of people he's played with is too long to really get into, but he's plays with Alison Krauss. He's done I think he did the Robert Plant, Alison Krauss thing, but just countless people. And he works with Joe Henry a lot on his records. He did some really cool stuff on this. And so I'm going to play it for you. And yeah, I haven't done it by myself in a long time though, so we'll see how it goes. It's called Love Don't Let Me Down. I've never been the lucky one. I watch my dreams all turn and run, while they left me alone, thinking they'd come back someday. Well, it turns out I was wrong, 'cause time don't wait for anyone. And now I stand here like a school kid hoping that it's not too late. Here goes my heart again, foolish as it's ever been, always leading me someplace that I just couldn't stay. But I'm not gonna look behind, there's nothing there I wanna find. I'll stand here and face you and promise to not run away. Under the sun, there ain't nothing new. There's lovers and leavers and moments forgotten and dreams that don't ever come true. And even though I'm afraid, I'm gonna stand my ground. And if it's not asking too much, love, don't let me down. Well, here I stand in front of you, just hoping that my best will do. I'm a good man, a loving man who just needs someone to hold. And I can see it in your face. Your love can fill up this empty space. And the years up ahead don't have to feel so damn alone. Under the sun, oh, there ain't nothing. Keep chasing after these dreams that don't ever come true. And even though I'm afraid, I'm gonna stand my ground. And if it's not asking too much, love, don't let me down. And if it's not asking too much, love, don't let me down. All right. Love, don't let me down. Okay. The next song is The Magic Kid. So I think it's only appropriate that before we get into Eli, we do one more magic trick here. Let's see what he's got for us. Everybody, thanks for tuning in to episode 57 of Alone Together Tuesdays. We're looking at my Lovers and Leavers record. In case you're just joining us and wondering why is this so sad, and so it's because it's just that kind of record. We're giving away 6 copies of the CDs to anybody that shares the show or likes it on YouTube. I know that's where a lot of our folks are. And I want to say hey to all our YouTube folks, the crew, the Alone Together Tuesday crew. I know there's about a dozen folks that show up every week, and so I want to thank them for coming back week after week. And let's see. So we're giving those out, and inside of them, of these CDs, is this poster by Chris Coleman, which is just really cool. And I think if you don't win one of these, I think they're on my website for like maybe $10. I'm not sure. If they're not, I'm gonna lower them after the show to 10, maybe 5. I don't know. Like I just want people to have these, but I know people don't really buy CDs. Not many people buy CDs anymore. Anyway, neither here nor there. Let's go to the magic. Here we go. Eli the Magic Kid Carll, Part 2. So that was cool. I'm not sure I caught the trick. It was all very cool how it was laid out, but that may have been over my head. I know he's been working on his shuffling and his anyway, I can't tell you what he's been working on actually. It's that was really cool. Well, Eli started doing magic when he was 6, I think. And you know, I've told the story many times about how I wasn't that excited about it at first because he wasn't very good. You know, he would come show me these tricks, and I was always just like, the card's right there. It's pretty clear. But he really loved that feeling of doing things that brought joy to people and brought amazement. And he practiced and practiced and became really, clearly quite good. I think he joined the Austin Association of Magicians, which was fun for a while there. They would meet at the IHOP in town. So we'd go to the meetings on Monday nights. And he just kept at it and kept at it. And to this day, I mean, it's been 12 years now, almost 12 years since he's got into it. And it's just really cool to watch him have, it was fun for me to watch him have a passion, first of all, and then to follow it and not give up on it, but like to stick with it. A lot of people get excited about something, but they don't pursue it. They give up when they hit a roadblock. And he's had a lot of roadblocks, and he's stuck with it all these years. It's really cool. I'm very proud of him for that. And I'm very proud of this song. I remember when Daryl and I wrote it, we just sat around. When you write with somebody, it's different every time with whoever is with. With Daryl, it's a very organic process. And we sat around just for a couple hours just talking. And at a certain point, he said, you've been talking about your son a lot and the magic thing. Why don't we try and write about that? I thought, okay. It didn't cross my mind to write about that particular thing. The magic. I mean, Eli, sure, but magic. It's just not something I would have thought of. And Daryl, much to his credit, had this idea and said, let's write about that. And so he came up with this little lick, and we just started writing to that. And it was this very, just straightforward opening line. Pick a card, any card. That's, how a lot of magicians start their thing. And so we did that, and I remember I recorded it on my phone, and I went back to Austin. This was in Nashville that we recorded the song. I went back to Austin, and I remember I got home late that night, and Eli was already in bed, and I got up in bed with him, and I played him this song, and it was just a really, really emotional moment for me. And I think for him, he was probably 9 at the time. But I was just very proud to have something that I could share with him that was about him and and about his heart. So, all right, well, that's all I got to say about that. So I'm going to play it here. This is The Magic Kid. Pick a card, any card, don't show it to me. Abracadabra, I got nothing up my sleeve. And I may get it wrong or get it right, but either way I'm standing in the light when nothing is hid. I'm the magic kid. That's my kid with the cards. He's 9 years old, with a head full of wonder and a heart of gold. And And there's not a trick that he can't figure out. And he's never stopped the show for fear of doubt, like the rest of us did. He's the magic kid. And who we are is who we are. Why is that so hard to be? When I watch you shine your star, it's so magical to me. Who we are is who we are. Why is that so hard to be? When I watch you shine your star, it's so magical to me. This world can be so full of darkness and blown out flames, trading dreams for pecking orders and schoolyard games. But you shine your light for everyone to see. The only one I've known who's truly free. Yeah, you just are what you will always be. You're the magic kid. Pick a card, any card, don't show it to me. Alright, that's the Magic Kid, Eli Carll. And one more time, here's the drawing inspired by that. This is by Chris Coleman. And he just drew this side stage. He was watching me perform, and I sang this song and told his story, and he drew that and gave it to me the next day, and it just meant so much to me. So we made a poster out of it and put it into the CD. So if you buy the CD, or I think the vinyl too probably has a version of it, but I'm not sure. Anyway, here's to you, Eli. Proud of you. Don't drink beer. All right, we're getting close to the end. We got 2 more songs. Yeah. So this next one was kind of the only upbeat song on the record. And I do it very differently live, but I like what we did on the record. It reminds me of a hockey rink. This is kind of organ thing. Or like a skating rink. When you're a kid, just the kind of carnival-y noise. This is one that I wrote with Rustin Kelly. Rustin's a really cool songwriter. I don't remember how we got put together. I think my friend John Allen introduced us, and we wrote this song. I think it started with a melody. I feel like I had a melodic idea. I didn't have any lyrics. I just had this kind of melody that I thought was cool. And anyway, check him out. He's a great singer, really cool writer, and yeah. So this is one that we did. It's called "Love Is So Easy." I saw you dancing down on Macklin Street. I couldn't stop laughing at your 2 left feet. You never gave a damn about trying to please me, and somehow that made it all feel so easy. I'd point out your favorite star. You get kicked out of every bar. Wake up weary from a hard night's sleep, looking like a promise that I could keep. In hell, love is so easy when you're moving slow. hiding from the outside, laying low, forgetting your trouble, let the world worry, 'cause you and me won't. So many things I don't understand. You keep your flowers in a coffee can, you roll your eyes at the jokes I tell. I told my mother she could go to hell. Oh, look out, babe, now the night is so fine. Hold you hard up against the skyline. I've always had a hurt that I can't tame, but it all feels better when you say my name. And hell, love is so easy when you're moving slow, hiding from the outside, laying low, forgetting your troubles, let the world worry, 'cause you and me won't. Oh well, the rest of this world's a little short on hope. Everybody's walking their own tightrope, betting their money will be the first to fall. But you and me, baby, gonna show 'em all. In hell, love is so easy when you're moving slow, hiding from the outside, laying low, forgetting your troubles, let the world worry, 'cause you and me won't. Say hell, love is so easy when you're moving slow, hiding from the outside, laying low, forgetting your trouble, let the world worry, 'cause you and me won't. Let the world worry, 'cause you and me won't. All right, that's the deal with that one. Let's see. Here's the cover again, and this is the postcard. The postcard is an image of the cover. Inside, here's another image that Chris wrote, another piece of art. I call this Walking Man, or he calls it Walking Man. I'm not sure which one of us calls it Walking Man. Maybe both of us do. But I really like that one. It's got this Don Quixote kind of vibe to it. And then over here is this beautiful one with this Mustang and the moon, which I really like. And I tried to get this image, I tried to buy this from him, but somebody had already purchased it, but I really love it. So if you're watching and you own this painting, I don't have much money, but if you want to just like be a cool guy, you can sell this back to me. Anyway, lovers and leavers. All right, brings us to our last song, which is one that I wrote with J.D. Souther. And for those of y'all that are familiar with JD, you know, I think he's in like several songwriting Hall of Fames. He's written songs for the Eagles, including Best of My Love, Victim of Love, Heartache Tonight, New Kid in Town, and How Long. It's pretty good. He's written songs for Linda Ronstadt. He dated Linda Ronstadt for a long time. He's just written a million fantastic songs. And he's an artist. He's made, I don't know, like 10 records, I think. He wrote You're Only Lonely, Her Town 2 with James Taylor. Anyway, it's just a lot of stuff. He's also an actor. Really cool guy. And it was one of those times, again, I think my friend John Allen put us together. He used to work for for this publishing company. Now he's at New West Records, but he put us together, and it's just, you know, sometimes you end up in rooms with an 18-year-old kid who's just getting started, and sometimes you end up with J.D. Souther, who is telling stories that like would blow your mind, you know, and I remember this song. It took us 2 times. Once in a little writing room on Music Row, and then once I went out to his place outside of town. And I still didn't have it finished until I got into the studio. It was the last song we did. It was the last. I was still writing it up to the last minute. There's a lot of verses, and it just took a while to land it. And even on the last day, I still didn't quite have it, and I just finally got it together. But what I remember about JD, about this experience writing with him, was that we were just kind of, we had this idea about a jealous moon, and we thought there's something there, we could write about that. And at some point we're just picking along, and he does some guitar move which I still am not quite sure how to do, and he did something melodically which I've forgotten how to do by the time I recorded this, and it just hit me like we'd been there for a couple hours and like nothing special had happened, and then he did this thing and it hit me. I was like, oh yeah, that's why you're JD Souther. Like, he just did something so offhandedly and naturally that was so beautiful and so elegant. I wish I could have captured it. And it was really, really cool to watch. So I'm really grateful to JD for taking a chance to write with me. And I like this song. I don't play it much at all. It's probably my least played song. I'm not even sure I had ever played it until these Alone Together sessions. But I got the lyrics printed out, and we'll see if I can get through it. All right, it's called Jealous Moon with JD Souther. Here we go. The moon is slowly rising. It's really not surprising after all. She's there most every night, smiling on the lovers, always shining on the others, and bathing in the sun's reflected light. But later on she'll fade away, hidden by the break of day that always comes too soon. And poor little thing, she's just a jealous moon. She plays above the water, watching the sailors, tramps, and daughters live their lives and then slowly fade away. Night after night, year after year, the ones she knows will disappear into a world she never gets to stay. But she would give most anything to open up her heart and sing, but no one hears her tune. Poor little thing, she's just a jealous moon. No one ever asked her how she got so high, way up there forever in the lonely sky. She watches through the seasons, hoping without reason that someday someone will call her home. But life goes on without her. No one ever asks about her, lets her know that she's not alone. It breaks her heart down below. Rivers run and flowers grow, but she can't feel them bloom. Poor little thing, she's just a jealous moon. while the nights are getting colder. The stars are growing bolder as they paint the final light across the sky. Closer to the atmosphere, she prays for clouds to disappear so she can say goodnight and say goodbye. She never really goes away, just hidden by another day that always comes too soon. Poor little thing, she's just a jealous moon. Poor little thing, she's just a jealous moon. There you have it, 10 songs, short and sweet. Not a lot of laughs, not a lot of tempo, but it's got its charms, I think. Hopefully you agree. Anyway, everybody, thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks, Carolyn, for running the show behind the scenes and keeping everybody in the loop. Yeah, I appreciate y'all being here. I hope that you have a great week. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And let's reconvene next Tuesday for the What It Is record. Should be a fun one. And we'll see where we go from there. But let's see. I'm going to play us out here with some music and some fun facts. All right, y'all. Take care. Adios.
Okay.
I was mistaken, my dear. There was never any reason to be cruel to you. Your heart is breaking, I fear, and I wish there was some little thing that I could do. I know perhaps it seems to you as if I didn't care, and I hate it's me who showed you that the world ain't always fair. Can't take it back and make it better, and no words will explain the choices that I made along the way. Stood by through all kinds of weather. With my new clarity, I can see you deserved so much better. I was selfish and certain that the world would understand, and I never realized what it means to be a man. So I left you with excuses and a debt I can't repay for the choices that I made along the way.